Hey everybody, this is Mike from A to Zen. We are sitting here getting caught up with one of my favorite people who comes to open mic on a regular basis.
Oh, shucks, Mike.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, shucks, Mike. I didn't know I was a favorite.
Well, just as far as you know, it's actually.
Crushed my heart.
I don't say that when you're not here.
Nice. I walk in and they're like, we can stop talking about it.
Right?
Okay. Thought it was just the psychosis getting the better of me, man. What the
Well,
hell?
you know what it is. So Jeigh Jeigh comes to Friday open mic all the time. Is the master of the spoken word.
Silver tongue devil.
Silver tongue devil. So, but I wanted to sit down and get to know you better, man. Tell me a little bit more about Jeigh Jeigh.
Oh man, that guy, psychopath, dude.
Yeah.
Telling you what.
Based on some of the spoken word, I kind of believe it, actually.
Well, the best art comes with a spark of madness. If you lose that, then you're just basically boring, in my opinion. Every good artist has that little something extra, you know.
Right.
And I really got my start doing theater. That was
You were in theater?
yeah, all through high school, like 16 different productions. Shout out to Michael Kim, wherever you are in the world. One of the best instructors I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
That's why you're so comfortable on stage then.
Yeah, well, I did improv, like competitions for about 4 to 5 years.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just serendipity. It's all over Vegas.
I had no idea, Jeigh.
That actually explains a lot.
It does,
about
actually.
Because the
stage.
confidence.
Oh, boy.
Get up, roll that car.
I tried, man. I shook it off when the
Smoke a
car
joint,
rolled.
be all right. Holistic teachings, man.
No, and thanks for the segue. Just in case you guys didn't catch that, we do have a songwriter showcase right here at A to Zen Saturday night. It's going to be Everett Stewart, Jordan, and Riley. It's going to be a good time. Good songwriters. Everett's writing a ton of songs right now.
Oh, he's so
And
inspired.
I will be here for this one.
You better be.
Just don't roll a car this week.
No, not at all.
It's my favorite pastime.
I would say I'll just take the bus the rest of the week, but I don't think there's any buses that go that far.
No, sadly.
So Jeigh Jaigh's been coming to open mic, and one thing I could say, I don't want to throw him under the bus or embarrass him or anything.
Do it.
His spoken word is quite compelling, actually. It's deep and stuff. But if you go out front and you spend any amount of time, it's genuine. I mean, it comes from a place where you're definitely taking on the ride called life, and you're definitely giving it some thoughtful consideration quite often.
Yeah, well,
That's a very nice way of putting it, but I mean,
well, that's the difference between like the improv sets and writing something. You know, I can go back and I can really put some layers behind it, you know, instead of just like this surface level, you know, pentameter that people, you know, are sometimes really affectionate for, you know, because you don't have to read too much into it. But the depth that I can get writing, it almost always comes from a dark place, which, you know, it's kind of tragic, but that's just how life is. You know, the reality of the world is that positives are ethereal sunlight that are impossible to grasp, while the negatives are visceral and impossible to avoid. So when it comes to creation,
back up and say that again.
okay, so the positives of the world are very ethereal, very light. They cannot be held, and in fact are almost impossible to really describe in a physical aspect. You know, it's always some vague emotion that leads to tears. While the negatives in the world are something very visceral and are like impossible to avoid, that everyone can really, you know, kind of stand behind. So, you know, I don't really write something happy-go-lucky, but I try to put some, you know, positive spins to it. But like this piece that I have that I'll show you guys at some point, A Cigarette to Forget, I wrote while I was in jail after my great uncle had died, and I lost my job, lost a girl. Yeah, it was a whole episode, man. I tell you what.
So why do you think it's like that?
Well, I think
why do you think we attach so viscerally to negative, like you're talking? Because as I'm thinking it through, it's true.
Well, I see that in two lights. For one, it is a dharmatic reincarnation samsara. The whole point of being here is to, you know, have some sort of human experience, which is supposed to be change and suffering. And, you know, you don't have to be sorrowful in your suffering, or you don't have to be sorrowful in your suffering. Yeah, the change doesn't have to hurt. It's just a guarantee that'll happen. While on the second plane, the positive of this life almost always come from, you know, from yourself. You know, nothing else can really give you that positive aspect if you don't let it in. You know, so it really comes down to self and the human experience.
Huh. Wow.
Not to get all philosophical, but I'm a big Nietzsche fan, even though I'm like, you know, fuck Nazis and all that. But, you know, like, I feel you, Stagecoach Horse. I feel you.
Yeah, Nietzsche actually can write some stuff where, you know, truth is truth. I mean,
Well, 100%, you know, and it sucks how much philosophy is just regurgitated speech. You know, like, our peers can be walking encyclopedia, but without, I think it's Aaron Lieben. It's like lived experience versus a memorized factoid. The difference between intelligence and wisdom. You may know that life is suffering, but without true depth of the suffering, then how would you really know it? You know?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then actually poets like yourself and Nietzsche and stuff have the ability to express the things that all of us won't say.
Yeah. Well, that's the daring aspect. Like, I have some people who they don't like listening to it because it pulls something in their stomach. You know, it gives them like almost like
No, it
anxiety.
makes you uncomfortable. It makes you uncomfortable.
It's a powerful reaction. So it's not for everybody. And that's why, like you were saying, you want me to start, you know, headlining or going earlier into the sets, because I would almost always close out the shows.
Yep,
It's almost
do.
always the older audience and they know what's coming. But yeah, I think I'll start moving forward to having a fresher audience perspective.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Right on.
JJ, I appreciate you coming by.
Well, thanks,
doing
Mike.
this. John, do you have any other questions or
being here.
comments?
I think the only thing that I have to say, dude, just keep up what you're doing, man.
Thanks,
Because
man.
like every time that I see you get on stage, you know, like I can literally feel the emotions through your words.
That's
you know,
exactly what I'm going
and the
for.
way that you perform and you know, like I think it was last Friday or this past Friday where you did one and you screamed and it caught me off guard
Oh, yeah.
because I was looking down and then all of a sudden I heard you scream. I was like, oh God, what happened?
Oh, yeah,
And then
yeah.
and then I saw it was part of your performance and I was like, dang, man, like that's deep.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
try to ignore the exterior. Nice. Just
Yeah, man. Like I you know, I appreciate stuff like that because, you know, like if you can put emotion into your art and it's, you know, it's just natural. And then the way that, you know, it just, I don't know, it just makes your words like so much stronger.
Well, thank you, John.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course,
Well,
bro.
without the tech support, it's literally nothing. I'm sorry to say. So you're the god of respect. You know, it's totally there. Yeah. I appreciate the Zen Den. It's probably the best community I found out here.
Yeah. We're fortunate. I consider myself fortunate to get to interact with everybody as well. So it's how it is. Your set was extraordinary last Friday, actually.
Thank you, man. I really
You got
appreciate
done and
that.
you could hear a pin drop.
Oh yeah.
It was like, wow. Thank you for coming by. I've been meaning to sit down with you and give everybody a chance to get to know you. I want to get to know you a little bit better.
Well, thank you, Mike.
So this has been JJ. We do open mic here at 8 is in every Friday night. We have a songwriter showcase coming up this Saturday with Everett, Jordan, and Riley. See you guys soon.
Hey everybody, this is Big John over at A to Zen. Just wanted to take the time to thank you for watching our videos. Go ahead and click on the subscribe button, like, comment. You know, go ahead and click that little notification so you know whenever we have a new video up. We're gonna have plenty of content on there and we have plenty of content already. So just go ahead and start checking it out and we'll make sure to upload more videos. Thanks again for watching.